Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. And for this week's Creating for Christmas, we are just going to create a cute little treat holder. These are empty, but what was in them was the Cookies and Cream Snowman. It's Palmer, and that is Dollar Tree. I had to taste them, and of course they're yummy. It's white chocolate, which isn't my favorite, but it's cookies and cream, so how stinking cute. So I managed to save just enough to do this project. So we need 5 snowmen. We need, so Stampin' Up! Used to have these kind of cellophane bags. They do not any longer. I got mine at Michael's, and you get like 50 bags for, well, if you use a coupon, it's like $4. We need some of the Snowman Season DSP, which I've got right here. One of them is just for the hat because I prefer to punch the hat versus stamping it and coloring it. We need the Snowman Season bundle, of course. And we need a 2 by 8.5 piece of Whisper White cardstock. And we need some Pool Party ink and Memento ink and just a couple of Stampin' Blends, and I will show you that when the time comes. So, the sentiment is from Yummy Christmas, and that's totally optional. I mean, you could use the Let It Snow sentiment from this stamp set. You could use something from Itty Bitty Christmas. You could use whatever you have. And I just used the arms from the Let It Snow embellishment kit. Super cute. Okay, so let's get our craft on. All we need out of here is this one sheet. I thought about doing a toque, but you can see this at the back, and I wanted it to stay on. I'm having a hard time getting the felt pieces to stay. Okay, out of breath. How bad is that? So the reason I chose to do this, two reasons. One was that I found these really cute snowmen, and they're just so cute, and of course we need to use snowmen on the topper. But the other reason is that my Snowman Season class to go, Pretty AF with Tiffany Almeida, the deadline is this coming Saturday. So that is Saturday, November 30th, 2019. Closes noon Central Time. So if you would like to get all of the cardstock and supplies that you need to make 12 cards featuring this Snowman Season bundle, you will make 3 each of 4 cards, 2 designed by me, 2 designed by Tiffany, and they are adorable. So you have the option to just purchase the cardstock kit. You have the option to add the bundle. You have an option to get just the PDF. And this project, we're going to bring in our Simply Scored, and these are about 1.25 inches wide. So we're going to take our Stampin' Trimmer. I always park my blade at the bottom so that I don't inadvertently cut it. But we are going to score this at 3/8 of an inch on both sides. Okay, and then before we fold and burnish, we are going to do a little bit of stamping just so that it's not a super plain wrapper, and we're going to stamp on the front and the back. If you noticed when I turned this around for the hat, I stamped it on there as well. So we're going to do Let It Snow. Now, you can't see it on the front when the snowmen are in there, but just knowing it's there is cute. So we'll do it the same on the back. And then we will add some snowflakes. There's no right or wrong to this, just stamp them wherever you like. And then there's this little one that is kind of snowballs and a snowflake, I guess. It's kind of a weird little stamp, but It's cute. Just make sure you've got something kind of covering every spot. You don't want it to be boring. Okay, so that is all of the stamping. You don't need to put too much thought into it. Now I am going to use this as my inside so that I've got the nice score on the outside. And I am just going to put 5 glue dots on here. Just to keep them from sliding. So if you've seen Hershey Nugget videos, there's usually some kind of tray in the packaging to keep them from shifting. This is the same idea. But we don't have Hershey's Nuggets in Canada, so I am kind of winging it, doing something different. Now I want the black one with the red bow tie and the black hat in the middle. I want the pink ones on the top. You can feel free to organize these how you like, but I didn't want the pink next to the red. Kind of particular like that. Okay, and then just give them kind of a push down. They're solid, so it's not like they're going to get crushed in the process. So these are the bags I was talking about. There's probably more than 50 in there, but there's lots. So you can see that took no time at all. These would be great for craft sales and teacher gifts and just little stocking stuffers. So now we are going to take this piece of DSP, and it is, I believe it's 3 by 4. We're going to score it at 1.5. Oh, sorry, not 1.5, 2. We'll use this one as our hat since I've scored that in the wrong place. Okay. Kind of moved on me a little there. Mind you, that's what I get when I'm not sitting right above it. Okay. This one's a little bit wider than the other one. So I've just taken it down. It's now 3.5. Sorry, 2.5, not 3.5. And then take whatever kind of stapler you have. And I felt like something was missing on the last one, so let's change this up just a tiny bit. You could use glue dots here if you don't have a stapler. But I've got my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. So we're going to put 2 staples. And now I'm also going to put 2 holes, one on either side of that staple. This is completely ad hoc at this point. Ad lib, not ad hoc. Boy, oh boy. Now if you have a small piece like this and you don't have Post-its around, you can use take your pick tool just to line it up. Get it where you want it. Push it about halfway down so that it doesn't move on you. And then punch. So while we have the punch out, we might as well do our snowman. I'll give that a couple minutes to dry before we start coloring it. going to stamp him. This is just a scrap of Whisper White. So I know I was trying to keep the red and the pink away from each other, but now we're going to use some of the curly red ribbon and just tie a little bow at the base of these staples. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then we can color our snowman. So I'm just taking the dark pumpkin pie for the nose. Light pool party just to do a little bit of shading. Because of course snow isn't completely white. Now if you're making a whole bunch of these, you might want to skip this step. And then I'm going to take the dark petal pink and just do those cheeks. Okay, so we are ready to pop this guy up, and I do want to cover that hole and the staple. And I just happen to have some ends of dimensional sheets, so we might as well use those up. We'll just add a little bit of glue to the hat. Oops. Okay, now I did put that a little close to the side, so this arm is going to have to be pretty much at its side. You could probably skip that arm altogether, but and then with this one, it's basically going to be like a ta-da! Now for the sentiment, and then we are done. So yummy Christmas. We've got 'tis the yummy season. And I just have a little scrap of Whisper White here. I want pool party for, whoops, 'tis the, and real red for yummy. And you can stamp them in whichever order you like. Every time I've done this, I've started with the 'tis the. Yummy. Isn't it cute? I love pool party and real red together. Coastal Cabana and real red. Okay, and then with the Darling label punch, just center that left to right and top to bottom. There we go. Again, we will use some of these edge pieces. And then you can kind of line that up so that you're covering that other staple, but I think in this instance, we may not be able to do that, and we want to be able to read it through the bow. Just gonna move this arm because I just noticed that it's nowhere near his body. There we go. So super cute, huh? Just gonna retie this, and I'm gonna do it upside down. It's really fraying now. I would usually suggest that you tie a knot in the ends if you don't want it to fray, but this is a fun little thing. So the fraying just adds to the ambiance. Okay, so we've got one with the ribbon, one without. I'd love to know in the comments below which one was your favorite. I think I'm actually preferring the one without. This is just a little busy. And on that note, I am going to do this as just a knot. And I will follow my own tip and tie a knot in these ends so that they don't keep fraying. So leave me a comment below letting me know which you prefer, with or without the curly red ribbon. And don't miss out on your chance to register for the Snowman Season Stamp-A-Stack to go. Like I mentioned, the deadline is Saturday at noon Central Time. If you have any questions, just email me at stampedaf@gmail.com. If you would like to order any of the supplies needed to make this or any other project using Stampin' Up! Product, just you can shop with me in my online store. You can send me an email at stampedaf@gmail.com. Lots of different options. So I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will consider hitting that big subscribe button below and tune in each and every week. Well, there we go. I hope you have a wonderful day, my crafty friends. We'll see you soon. Bye.